What I wish I knew at 20 instead of 30. The real raw truth. Let's get into it. Welcome to the Shorty Logic podcast, where we indulge in the messiness of reality and hold nothing back. If you're tired of sugar-coated conversations, you've found your tribe. Join us every Monday at 8:00 p.m. Eastern, 7:00 p.m. Central, for discussions that challenge your perspective and push boundaries. From controversial topics to holding ourselves accountable, we dive deep into the bold and the brave. Laugh, cry, and get real with us. So hit that subscribe button, share with your friends, and let's get uncomfortable together. See you Monday nights. Don't just listen, join the conversation. Shorty Logic Podcast, where truth gets real.
What up, everyone? This is the Shorty Logic Podcast. I am Shorty Logic. Here are my co-hosts.
Dr. Saheed in the building. What's happening, world?
Excuse me, how y'all doing? This is Blessed. Not feeling too good today. I apologize, y'all, but I'm here.
She got the package, y'all.
Watch yourself.
Which package, nigga? I take the one to make it cough.
Big bag.
So anyway, y'all, hey, we back live, y'all. We back live in the building, and we got a great topic tonight. The trigger warning for the Black community. Trigger warning, talking about genocide in our own community. How did we get here? Why are we here? How do we get back to respecting one another in our communities? So I'm gonna get them, since it's your topic, Miss Bless. Let me see. Why did you pick this?
I picked this topic because we see it every day. We live it, we eat, we breathe it. We turn the TV on, it's there. We walk down the street, it's there. It's in our families, it's with our friends. It's like, when did we get to this point in our life where we don't value each other as human beings and we don't value life? It's like we already have enough against us, enough people against us, enough nations and nationalities against us. Why are we against each other? So it's like, what do we have to do to bring us back together? What is it going to take for us to realize that they didn't need the Klan anymore when we're doing it to ourselves? So it's like, what's it going to take to make a change? We see it every day. We see them pulling us over, pulling us out of cars, beating us. Shooting us. They doing everything they can to us, and then nobody cares anymore because we're doing it to ourselves. Even the white people are starting to say, why they don't even come for us anymore because they're looking at it like, shit, they killing themselves. We don't need to kill them. It's like they sit back just watching it. They sit back laughing at how we just turn each other down. And it just doesn't make sense to me. That's why I came up with the topic, because I really have a true question as to why do we do this and how did we get here? Okay. Now, I know in the 80s, it was like a crack epidemic, but even then it wasn't this bad. Like the last 15, 20 years, it's gotten horrible. What changed?
Okay. What you got?
Yeah, I just happened the other day, man, see about Breonna Taylor case. It was like popped up on my phone about one of the officers, right? What is it, Brian Hinkerson?
Mm-hmm.
And he ended up getting 33 months for that, which is some type of justice for a situation like that. But that just ran across my mind. You know what I'm saying? Like, dang, only 33 months, or
yeah.
Should it be some more, or should we be thankful that some type of justice was had? But to piggyback on Miss Bless, you feel me? Like, I be coming up with these phrases and terms, you know what I'm saying, trying to step into my doctorhood, you know what I'm saying, and these terminologies, right? Coining these phrases and I believe that we have been motivated to imitate the Klan, right? If you look back to the Klan characteristics, a lot of us with the terms of the YNs, right? And even young females too. It's been a lot of violence between young women lately. It's been like increasing slowly but surely, but within the last year or two, I've seen a lot of increase of women getting locked up for violent crimes and stuff. But we have emulated the actions of the old KKK, like we the new KKK, but
True.
doing it at a very alarming and high rate, with like the sister said, with no regards for life. Especially the music. Man, I wish we had like a coming together with a plan, right, to utilize the music to influence the young people to become violent towards each other, to help assist them fill up the prisons. You feel what I'm saying? So
Okay.
we get a chance when they need to research that and look that up and see that plays a role in genocide. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. What's up, Miss Charmaine? Me, what's happening?
How y'all doing? How Miss Bless? What's up?
How you doing? Hey, how you
What's going
doing?
on?
Man, who was that, man? Who was that?
Let's get. What's your input about the genocide in our community, in the Black community?
The genocide in our Black community. So that's referring to just how the young people's killing each other.
That's how any of us is killing each other, because you got older, younger, young on young, old on old. It's just us killing us, period.
Yeah. I mean, I see it as like Christopher 2X called it one day, like a medical health emergency, because we are really all we get, and we are losing our own people. We got so many things against us. How do we lose our own people? As a family, as a community, I just don't understand how the elders aren't stepping up and being sometimes you can't be the example, but the voice of reason, like showing people what not to do. Like, are we not learning from our past mistakes? So, I mean, it's a sad situation.
They got this thing called propaganda, right? So, believe it or not, like Charmaine, right, Miss Bless, like we elders now, right, in some capacity. So we do a lot of activism work, but a lot of times it's not as put out there as much as the violence and the negativity, right? So without us, like on a smaller scale, not having the type of media companies, you know what I'm saying, and kind of being competitive with other media companies, we don't get to see a lot of the work that is done at her to change, right? Genocide. Like when I was working for Cure Violence, like it was so many lives that I saved and other people saved, like the homies, Demetrius Dow, right? The other brother, Mr. Parker, you feel me? Like it's a lot of individuals that's been working on stopping the violence, right? But the impact, you don't get to see the lives that a person saved. But you're going to hear about all the lives that got killed last night or last week or over the weekend, right? But you don't really hear that we saved 25 people this week.
Exactly.
That's true.
Exactly.
And I like to say you use the right word. It's the propaganda, because, there's plenty of Black doctors, Black educators, Black pastors, Black teachers, Black people doing the right thing. So the only thing they're going to show you is what's going wrong. And so it's kind of like your circle, what you see, is what you believe it to be real. That's what it is. It's the propaganda. So if they didn't put the microscope on our problems, or if we didn't put the microscope on our problems, and like you say, shift the narrative, it will soon shift to make all of those things outliers. Like, to where your little cousins and little friends will be like, I don't want to be the one that's this statistic. I outran this. I overcame that. And so it's really the propaganda and how we get the narrative switched to where those incidents, when I was in middle school, I remember somebody got killed when I was in middle school. it was so powerful that this young man died. I remember his name was OB. That
Mhm.
the whole city came out.
Okay.
It was
I
like
knew
this is
OB.
like this is not right.
Mhm.
This is,
Mhm.
you know, so when we are putting that spotlight, we can't put the spotlight on it and LOL and look at them and
Mhm.
it's their own
Mhm.
problem. It's like, man, it was a community problem.
Yeah.
But you know, eventually it got worse and worse and
Mhm.
people got numb.
Mhm.
But we just
That's
need to
true.
find a way for every negative highlight a positive somehow, because they have
Mhm.
to see the other side to understand there is a other side.
Exactly.
There's definite other side, you know,
Mhm.
but like you said, it's not, you know, put on the forefront. It's not shown as much because there are a lot of black people who out here trying to do good. But the one another issue is, you know, you do have these successful black people who try to put back into their community, but our own people try to kill them.
Mhm.
That's what happened to who was that out there? Nipsey Hussle
Missy
and
us, yeah,
Mhm.
all of them. That's what
yeah,
happened.
Yeah. Yeah. When you become an activist, you become a target, and that's
oh
really
yeah,
pitiful to say. Even back from Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, it's like anybody that
oh yeah.
speaks up, it's like they turn your own people against you because most of them I feel like was killed by their own people,
Yes.
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
it's
They
really
were. We got to
ridiculous.
wave that flag. Cause
Yeah.
Hey,
like, look at
there's a
Rick.
young man. He's an artist in our city, and YGBJ, right? And the YGB,
Excuse
you
me.
gotta believe. You feel me? So I had opportunity to meet this young brother. We was working together at this company, and we kind of like did this cleanup thing around the city. And it was for people who was freshly from incarceration. It was giving people a second chance to be able to work and stuff like that.
Mhm.
But the young man demeanor, right? He fit a demeanor of like these young cats. So when you first see him, you be like, okay, he gonna one of them youngsters. What he gonna be on? But you know, over time we got to talk, and he expressed himself totally different. And he been like on the music scene a lot lately, and he been expressing himself very well on about nonviolent activity, right? And working together and unifying the community, right? So once again, you know, like she was talking about highlight, right? There's a young brother right there that is really pushing for a difference, right? But we only got so many of them, right? But somebody do have to put forth the effort in. And like Tupac said, you never know who you gonna spark, right? Who you gonna
Mhm.
encourage, inspire, right? To get on the
Yeah.
same page as you.
Very true. Very
That is
true.
true. That is true. We got a couple videos we're going to respond, just react to and see get y'all point of view about it.
This is a coincidence? I'm here to tell you it isn't. And the reason I'm going public with this, as obviously a white guy, is because, you know, in the black community, you know, black folks can talk to other black folks about this, and they can say things like, yeah, there's a racial targeting genocidal agenda of the medical system, and some other person might say to them, oh, you're just saying that because you're black. I'm saying it, and I'm white. I guarantee I'm white. Last time I checked. This is real. This is happening. The black communities are being specifically targeted by the medical system. The black communities disproportionately suffer under the mass poisoning of the water supply. And also, by the way, of the food supply. That's a whole nother discussion. But if you look at the food that is available in black communities, typically, it is food that is almost engineered to cause cancer, to cause diabetes, to cause heart disease. It is food that is essentially poison. And you don't find the same types of food available in the inner city, predominantly black communities, especially if they're low-income communities. And so the options are completely different. And I know I'm probably gonna get some hate on this video from some white folks saying, you know, I'm stirring up racism.
Whoa. I do believe that, you know, it's never equal across the board when it comes to medical, food, and, you know, just equal across the board when it comes to our health. You know, for originally, you know, I know I'm gonna get ridiculed for this. We are the first. We are the test dummies. They try to come up with every vaccine. They're using our DNA to come
Mhm.
up with vaccines.
Going all the way back to the Tuskegee Airmen.
There you go. Way back then.
Playing games, man.
Yeah. Just like the vaccines. Do y'all know that the vaccines that they give them and give us are totally different? No matter what it is. Like the shot that they gave us for COVID, they were different.
Mm-hmm.
They were different. And then they try to tell you it's because, oh, you're black and, you know, y'all have certain things that we don't have, like sickle cell. That's why we do these things. I'm like, okay, it's BS. I'm telling y'all, it's BS.
Yeah, you know, one time, it was some years ago, and I like to try to do things different sometimes outside of the box.
Hey.
Sometimes, you know, I used to be
hey, Kaya.
an individual, do the things of a person who participated, not in like a stream genocide, you know what I'm saying? But I did participate in harming my community, right? Some of the acts that I had committed. But at the same time, you know, I had started an organic produce business by the name of Urban Fresh. So that was kind of like some of the goals to pay attention to what is being done in our community, right? Especially with food. So I felt like if we was growing our own food and distributing our own food, we ain't gonna be able to fix the problem overnight, right? But we can be very helpful. And a lot of things we found out about how this food industry works. And one of the things that stuck out was that food that come from the farm, a lot of times it goes to other neighborhoods first before it comes to the black community. And the food that we eat a lot of times has been lost its nutrition, but it's been injected with certain kind of chemicals to allow it to have the appearance of being fresh and good, but it's been dead for weeks before we even get it, right? So right. Little pesticides and other sides, because they got several sides they put up in there. Yeah. But, you know, like small things like that, you know what I'm saying, we can do to try to, you know, help our community out, right? And it would definitely give you a level of education of what you're truly up against. And when you find this information out, you wonder, like, how could this happen if we got big political, dark complected people who have access to bills being passed or prevention of certain things? Like, how is this stuff going on? You know what I'm saying? And nobody's really saying nothing. And then, like the guy said, when we do say something, right, kind of get like ridiculed for standing up and speaking out about things that's going on, or somebody try to change the conversation back to what, you know, like what are the negative things black people do to their community. Like, there may be some stuff going on, but, you know, we got to be able to look at what people are doing to advance the reverse of genocide and be willing to work with them.
Right.
Yeah, that's what that movie they clone Tyrone was all about.
Yeah,
that they poisoning us, making us feel like they
man,
like
the chicken, man, is in the chicken, man.
Right, that's what it was all about. And now that people are getting back in tune with Mother Earth and getting these home gardens going, and, you know, finding out how to protect themselves from the food, I mean, you can get better from it, all that raw vegan stuff. And, like, that's one thing I pride myself on. I've been kind of having a better relationship with food, because we have to take it upon ourselves to choose it, because really what's out in the market is supply and demand. So as long as people's getting it, they're going to keep producing it. True. It's such a big business that this administration that we're under, they're cutting all that stuff. They letting anything fly by now. They don't, you know, regulate anything. And then when you try to plant in your yard, they're like, no, they don't want you to. You know what I'm saying? Like they purposely, like everybody think he's crazy. What's that one crazy dude's name that
No, don't bring him up.
I can't leave him alone right now. Knowing there's so many crazy people out here. But like he said, we paying for grapes and we paying for stuff
that should be free.
Food. Like trees produce food. Why ain't we got food on these trees? You know, grapes grow. Like if you plant asparagus in your yard, once it sits, it comes back every year and you ain't got to touch it. So it's just getting to understand how easy it could be if we do that. Like, I was blessed to have my granny grow up with a pecan tree. And I keep saying I want to plant one, but it takes 10 years for it to mature and give you those mature foods. But if we do it for our next generation, they would see it. You know what
Right.
I'm saying?
But here's the thing, and today, what I'm saying, like I said, I do blame it on the older generation that failed us. Don't want to teach us. Don't as time and time gone, don't want to do all that anymore.
Right, because we don't
So
get the benefit of it. We
don't get
gotta
the
realize
benefit
it.
of it
Like you said,
anymore.
we're doing it for
That's true.
them.
And then the younger generation, they just I see it like this. They're learning what the older generation don't want to do, and then the new generation still put on their bull crap and how they want to live it instead of trying to figure out how can we do this all together. And
Mm-hmm.
that brings it back to generational wealth. People don't think about generational wealth; they think about themselves.
Mhm. Yeah,
So
if you're not seeing the immediate benefit, you're
Right.
lax on doing it. When you got to
yeah.
think about, I might not see this right here, but guess who
Mm-hmm.
will?
Mm-hmm.
If we're owning our properties, we know our kids is gonna get that volunteer food. Like if you just plant some tomatoes, them little round tomatoes, they grow
Mm-hmm.
back every year. You plant some
Yeah.
big sunflower seeds, they're so invasive, they grow back every year. And so it's like, the community can easily do it. Like you said, the legislation, the people
Mr.
out
Yes
there,
Sir coming
they
in.
can take all this stuff and definitely make us a
Yes,
fortune.
sir.
Hey, Kelly.
What
Hey,
up,
hey,
Kelly?
hey, what's going on, Father?
Mr. Yes, sir.
What you got for us, Kelly?
Shoot, I don't know if I want to piggyback off of what some other people said or reciprocate, but I mean, there's a term of method to madness. There's a method in madness, and the method in madness that's creating the issues for us is we are part of the problem because we don't like ourselves. So it's easy to put stuff to get us to buy into, just like when we was kids, like fluoride. Then we found out that fluoride is awful for you. Remember when you was a little kid, you got to go
That's for
line
sure.
up and get that. It's fucking so great. And then we
Mm-hmm.
found out that there's cancer all through that,
Yeah.
and predominantly in black folk. But it's easy
Well, they
to
made us do it.
manipulate
They
you.
brought it to us. They brought it
Yep.
to us.
It was
Yeah,
not.
most definitely.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
wasn't an option. You had to do
yeah.
it.
So,
Mhm.
and if you didn't do it, you'd be punished.
Mhm.
So
That
you
goes
would.
back to what Miss Bless was saying about them vaccines.
Oh
Like
yeah.
there's one I think it's Gardasil or something that they've been giving to these young women. And I
Mhm.
mean, honestly, they say it's a trend. The LGBTQ is a trend, but I'm noticing the kids that got that vaccine versus the kids that didn't get that vaccine. A lot of them are more sexually ambiguous. They're even starting to give it to boys now.
Hmm.
And so there's methods to what they're doing. Like nothing
Mm-hmm.
happened to the people who didn't get the COVID shot. But now today, even I got intermittent smelling. There's days I can't even smell nothing.
Mhm.
Like
Wasn't I
that
just
ain't what
talking
it's
about that?
supposed to be.
Yep.
Man, that's crazy.
Let me tell
Yep.
y'all something. I can't make this up. I had surgery in March. I could eat, I could smell, and I could taste before I had surgery. I came out of surgery. I haven't been able to smell nor taste. And we talking since March. It's almost
Right.
August.
The
I still
hidden
can't
agenda.
smell or taste.
Wow.
And it's weird that you had to realize you couldn't do that because you're like, hold up. I went to a barbecue restaurant and mom was like, you want to get some of this? And I'm like, you know what? It don't even smell appealing because I can't smell nothing. It took me a week before I realized I couldn't smell nothing.
Oh wow.
Mhm. Yep. And it's
Mhm.
really that serious. Even got tested for COVID because I called the doctors like, hey, I can't smell or taste, but I can smell and
Right.
taste for y'all we did surgery. Oh, we don't know what it could be. We have no idea. Go get tested for COVID. I got tested for COVID. Nothing.
Right.
Nothing.
Oh wow.
I still
I
can't
believe
smell
in
or
the
taste.
nanobots and the neural links and all that stuff that
Mm-hmm.
they do
Oh
because, like you said,
yeah.
you can
Yeah.
think. There's been times I've thought of stuff and it pop up on my phone.
Yeah.
I'm like, I
Ain't it
probably got
crazy?
all type of nanobots going through my body.
Yep. That's
Mm-hmm.
they doing that, man. That's why you gotta
But
pay attention.
dang,
Pay
And
attention.
people think you crazy. Now people think you
what?
can put
You
you in
know I'm
an
crazy.
insane asylum talking like that.
Better pay attention
Yes,
though, man.
sir.
This is real.
Yeah.
It's
Oh
for
no,
real.
it's so easy to manipulate
Right.
now because we're so untrustworthy of each other
Yeah.
Right.
True.
that we'll listen to that and
Anybody
listen
and
to each
everybody.
other.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like right now, information that's being passed right now, I guarantee the naysayer that's watching this would say, well, man, I ain't watching no 5 black dudes talk about 5 black people. Them N-words don't know what they're talking about. I mean, this is us talking.
Oh yeah, of course.
And I'm saying this. Y'all talking about personal experiences that y'all have experienced. We're not talking about what I heard. This is what y'all have experienced.
That's right. That's right.
But that's why we're so governed so easy to be destroyed. It's easy to separate us. It's so easy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's sad. And
Because we're so gullible.
yeah.
We're gullible.
And the younger folk, like our age group, a little different to a certain extent. But younger folk, it's real easy now because now they dislike somebody that they don't even know.
Yeah,
they get on here, don't have a clue who they are. Man, I ain't mess with dude. I ain't mess with her.
Yep.
Yeah.
You don't even know them.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So what? I don't like them. So what? I don't like them.
Yeah.
So what? I don't like them. It's crazy to me.
It's a lot of hostility out here, man.
Yeah.
It's very hostile out here, man.
I'm mad, and nobody knows why. What you mad about? What you upset about?
But we get at you though with this.
Right, and we'll fall off at any minute, any given time. No matter what age, I mean, from 0, 4, 5, 6 to a grown man or woman. It's crazy.
Yeah, there's definitely no respect nowadays.
We need to get back to a place where we can put our trust in each other.
Yeah.
How would you do that? What's the conversation we would have?
You know that's right, short dog, man. We got didn't we start off like that? We started off like that, man.
Yep.
We got too much going on for us not to come together, work together.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Challenging conversation, use some critical thinking, analytical thinking, right?
Yeah.
Good understanding, building good friendships.
Yeah.
The problem with that is people are afraid to disagree with each other. Once you have a difference of opinion or see it differently or have another perspective, it's hard to get people to come down a little bit and say, you know what, I understand what you're saying. That's why I always like the paraphrase method when I'm speaking to people, because you don't have to agree what I said, but do you understand what I said? You know, when you okay to be wrong and you okay to even be right, you got to be willing to listen to other people. And that's the way people come back together, because somebody always got to have the loudest voice. You know, they got the deepest following. Trust me, trust you. You know, like they say, out the mouth of babes. Like there's times I got a child, but if my child is telling me something she heard, she's seen some new stuff that I need to hear about. Tell me what you see. You know, you got to be willing to get information from anywhere.
Yeah,
right. That's true,
man. We have communication problems. We don't know how to communicate.
The communication is a big thing. I always want to put another disclaimer out there: trigger warning for our black community. Trigger warning.
Yeah, lack of communication is a trigger warning. If like you said, if we disagree, boy, it might get real up in here, man.
I'm about to throw another video of that, y'all.
So, but you commented on black murder, which I don't believe black on black crime is a thing. Do you believe it's a thing? Yeah. Why do you believe black on black? Because some would say it's all based on proximity.
Show me where the Jews killing each other. Show me where the Asians going to jail for murder. And they got Asian gangs. Show me where there's a big population of Asians in California. There are Asian Crips, Asian Bloods, Asian gang. Show me where a big population of Asians in jail. You can't. Show me a big population of white people killing white people. You can't. But this is a country of guns.
Well, only when they go in school and shoot up kids and say it's not terrorism.
But they classify that as a mass shooting. They classify ours as gun violence, but it's mass shooting because mass people are being shot in one instance. But they don't classify ours as mass shooting.
Well, where do you think that comes from, though? Because again, I'm not one to say everything goes back to white people, but lack of investing in our communities. It comes back to us because they see we don't care. If we cared if we cared the same about
black people shooting black people that we did police shootings, then they would respond to black shootings the way they do police shootings. They try to give us resources and they try to find alternative solutions after a police shooting occurred. They literally put everything on hold. Come on, we got to hear from our blacks. But that's only during a police shooting. Then we act like nothing else bothers us but police shootings. Only thing that bothers black people in America is a white police officer killing a black person. Other than that, nothing bothers us because we don't cry, we don't complain, we don't march, we don't ride, and we don't tear up shit until that happens. So why would anybody care about that? They
Facts.
I had to listen to that twice. I had to listen to it twice, and it made me think. I'm like, that's so true. We rally up when a cop kill a black person, but we don't rally up when we killing. When we killing each other. Come on now.
When you got all these people dropping dead in your neighborhood, and ain't nobody talking about that. Y'all not marching for that. Some people live in neighborhoods where if somebody dies, especially down there by Park Hill. People die down there almost every night. I still listen to my police scandal from my way out here. I'm like, damn, they dying every day, almost every night. And it's like, who's marching? Ain't nobody marching. Ain't nobody talking.
Nope. And then the crazy part about it is now it's 10-year-old, 13-year-olds killing each other now. They out here with assault rifles.
Yes, that's what I said.
Well, I say fear controls everything now.
True.
Everyone is scared except children. Senior citizens, adults, older teens, but these babies are fearless.
Yeah, they're not scared of nothing.
So they don't live in reality. Right. I mean, just listen to them talk. Like the respect factor that we grew up with does not exist.
It doesn't exist. It's non-existent.
Like literally, when you used to walk around, go down the street, if you even say "damn," that was not really even a cuss word. You get your hand over your mouth when you see somebody. I'm sorry, excuse me.
If your neighbor heard you, they was gonna whoop your butt.
Right, and you could able to be disciplined, or you could be told what not to do or what to do. That's over with because now that individual is scared to death because they might shoot you.
Yeah.
We talking about babies. We talking about babies now. Yeah. Now I give you a real life example. I'm going to Kroger's, real life example. 28th Broadway Kroger's. It's all I see, and I hate to label these little kids, urban terrorists. I'm talking about, I'm getting out of my car. They urban terrorists. I'm telling you. Don't look at me like a dog, because I'm telling you.
I hear you. No, I hear you.
Okay, I'm saying, don't look at me like I'm just saying.
Yeah, I hear you.
You're getting out of your car, and I'm watching them just physically and verbally assault people that won't give them money going into the store.
Yep.
They give to me, first thing I just, with the stern voice, and I always get some with me, so I'm telling you, I'd rather be carried by 6, judged by. I'm telling you that how that saying go. That's my life. I'm not going to give you the opportunity to play with me. I don't care how old you are.
Right.
And if your mom and daddy are not in your life, or they don't care, or they got some issues, then that's on them. At some point, you have to take responsibility for your own behavior. And I tell you another thing I don't agree with my whole life, and Sean May can tell you this, working in psych. I worked in psych for years and I don't do it anymore. This whole undeveloped brain bullshit. I don't believe it. I don't believe it because I'm going to tell you why. You're a child and your mama say, don't touch that stove. And you take your little fun ass over, touch that stove, your hand touch. Do your ass touch that stove again?
No.
No. Your brain was so undeveloped now for you to touch that stove? Come on now. What I'm saying, I used to play, taking them classes, I was like, I'm listening, I'm like, yeah. Until reality kicked in, I'm like, nah, this ain't working.
You know, Mr. Yes, sir, you quoted a few minutes ago about the youngest not living in reality, right? So even though the brain is not undeveloped, right? It may be developing, but if you're not living in reality, right, that's a whole nother concept, right? And that's a whole nother type of personality that is not civilized like me and you.
Well, how about this?
Yeah, but
hold on, let me go. And I just want to ask a question.
I know, I'm with you. I get you. I know where you're going.
It ain't even got to be answered. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But like when you 12 and 13 or 10 in some city, Chicago, New York, right? How is 80% of our youth got an AR? And it's hard for me to go get a 45.
Yeah.
It's got an abundance out here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you can't legally go get your weapons or too many weapons at a time. That'll cause a red flag. They'll push up at your crib like, what you getting all these weapons for?
Right.
And they got several of them. I know some little homies, man. They all got 9 ARs. You feel
Yeah.
They got them.
Yeah.
And let me go back. Let me tap on what both of y'all just said a little bit, because you wondering how they got the guns, and Kelly says they're not living into reality. But what we got to realize is that we're not living in reality as well, because this world that we're creating, it evolves, it changes. And the youth, they see something that we're not seeing. So just like when we got our militant lifestyle, when Tupac was out and we're ready for the world, they're preparing for a war that we probably ain't even seen coming yet. So sometimes when we look at it like they're not speaking from reality, they're speaking from their reality. And whenever you look at their reality and you come down to them and you ask them, how did you get there? That's when we realize how we can bring them out of there, because our reality, the music we listen to, our parents was like, don't listen to that, don't listen to that. But now they're older, they bopping to it too. The same nose that we got is the nose we giving them, but we just gotta understand why they doing that.
But I don't disagree with you, Charmaine. I don't disagree with you at all. But I want to add on to that. We want to talk about they're living in their reality, but also their reality is what they bring on themselves as well.
I think it's the video games personally.
That you know what I'm saying, that is social media.
It's a lot of
video games. What happened to
It's a lot of tools.
But you think about this.
Just talk about the medical, right? That's another tool, right? Pumping something in you that can make you just angry all the time. Or whatever's in the sky dropping on you, you can't even feel it drop on you, but it dropped on you though. And so grow, you feel what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of tools out there.
A lot of the youth that we have today don't know nothing about old school. If I got a problem with you, you got a problem with me. We ain't doing that at school. Our parents bring us out there, we fight, then that's the end of it. We don't. But see, what happens is our bigger mamas, our grandparents. Now you're a grandparent at 30 years old, 35, 40 years old.
Yeah. You ain't kidding.
I'm not knocking nobody, but I love saying I'm 50 years old and I'm not a grandparent. I love saying that.
Hey, now.
But here's another thing too. When you look at it, since 2001, the country in a whole in America has been in war. So what sells? Call of Duty. I'm sorry about that. But Call of Duty. Call of Duty. Rainbow Six. So everything that our youth is seeing, you're gonna be the next Michael Jordan, the next LeBron James. You want to be a rapper. When we was kids, you talked about being a firefighter, being a doctor, being a police, or some stuff like that. Now everybody want to make $1 million, but here's the thing. I've been at work since 6 o'clock this morning. I just got off work. I walked two miles to get my car because I wasn't paying for no Uber. And I need to exercise anyway. And ain't that I can't pay for Uber. But I ain't mind. But everybody wants it now, and they don't want to work for it.
Right.
And just like some of my youth, I'm not knocking them. Some of my youth, I carry my weapon for self-defense. I do got 13 of them. And I have 3 ARs.
I feel you on that.
But if a motherfucker do, I plan on sending him to his creator. I'm not going to run, and I'm not going to argue with you. I'm going to call them people first. I'm Charleston White. I'm going to call the Popo.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm going to try to walk away from you. But I'm going to tell on you.
Australia,
I feel you. Well, I got another video for y'all, right? Listen on that.
Motherfucker.
Or stop with your excuses. Stop saying, unfortunately, and I'm going to say this respectfully, Black people, stop saying I'm black and the system wasn't made for me. The greatest enemy to your success, to our success, is our excuse. What's our excuse? Whatever we say. I'm black, or, I didn't grow up with 2 parents, or I'm a single mom, or I'm a single dad. I'm not saying none of this stuff is factual. Let's be real. Racism is still relevant in today's day and time, unfortunately. Being a single parent is definitely hard, right? But I don't give room to the enemy. I don't give the enemy all this extra clout. No. I'm going to figure out a way to succeed. I will tell the truth. I will acknowledge the truth, but I have a greater truth, and that is my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
Okay, can I comment?
Go ahead.
So I think this thing that we got called life is a game, and before I was a young youth that come from Carter Homes from the projects, and when I joined the army in 1993, I'm like, it's the white man's army. You know, they don't know nothing about it. But what I learned at 50 years old, we got to learn how to play the game. This is a game, life. You got those who have and those who don't have and those who trying to get it.
Right.
And once you learn how to play this game in society, now I think children, whether black or white, in society, when they have two parents, when you have a man in your life as a man, that teach you how to be a man, at least give you some guidance, I think they're in advance. I think they're a lot ahead than I am.
Mm-hmm.
However, when we talk about, I am a single dad. My daughter's mom, she deals with some issues, but she's dealing with that. But I'm a single father. Not only am I a single father, I'm self-employed. Not only am I self-employed, I'm an entrepreneur. Technically, I'm an MBE without being registered. So when we talk about that, he said, my Lord and Jesus saving Christ. I'm going to speak on this real quick and I'm going to be done. In 50 days, I've had to get a procedure done, a procedure done with my cholesterol. I've had a cousin that either got murdered or died. I've had to ask my daughter's mother to leave my home. I've had a auntie that passed away, and I'm gonna top it all off. I found out last Thursday my brother's married to my ex-wife, my son's mother.
Oh
Real
wow.
shit.
Oh, damn.
Oh
So
wow.
when people talk about adversity,
Man.
when they talk about adversity,
Hell all that.
brother, I'm blessed. I'm here. I could
Yeah.
have not been here. And when I look at all these things, man, if it wasn't for God, I wouldn't be here. And I wish, and this is crazy to say to some people, I wish my brother, who's locked up, and I wish my ex-wife, who's free, I wish them the best of luck and love in the world.
Mm.
I kind of understand why they did it. I don't agree with it. It's 331 million, 381 million in America. Why y'all two? But it is what it is. Life goes on. She ain't mine.
Oh.
Me and my son talked about it for about an hour. He was like, what the fuck? But as his mother, I'm not going to disrespect her.
Yeah.
I'm going to have love for her because she's my son's mother. I don't mean I'm going to fuck with her, but I'm going to have love for her. And life goes on, man. So whatever in this life that you want to make it, some of us has been a black man, been a black woman. We're going to have a little bit more adversity than some other counterparts.
True.
And then when you financially
Most
strapped,
definitely.
you're going to have a little bit more adversity. But
Yeah.
man, this is the land of opportunity. Bro, I never in my life thought I would see $250,000 in the bank. Cash money. From a nigga with a high school education and a year and a half of college. My nigga, I've been there. I never thought I would have a $100,000 vehicle. I have 3 vehicles, Harley, whatever the case may be. My nigga, I've been there. In this world, whatever you want to make in America, you can do it. But what are you willing to sacrifice to do it?
Yeah.
That's true. Sacrifice is a big thing.
In that Bible, man, it got some verses, man. I ain't too well of transverse on it, but it's some verses that says that, some will fall by the wayside, right? But some will be overly abundant, right? Some will be able to utilize, right, what they got and make more out of it. And some people will have some great things and won't ever utilize what they got.
I can believe that.
Let's talk about these tools, right? It's a lot of tools out here that could prevent you from using your gifts, right? They ain't living in reality. They don't even know they got a gift, right? Or they using a gift in a negative way that it even allows them to be self-sabotageable, right? But man, the best we can do, man, is like we doing now, pumping these seeds, man, you know what I'm saying, and showing the best love that we can show and establish these models that people can live by. Like, so that's a great model, bro. You stepping, fam. Like, you got me motivated, fam. I'm admiring you, you know what I'm saying? So, and I done been in some hell of a places in second chance, third chance, fourth chance, but that motivation you just broke down,
We both too.
You know what I'm saying? You give me courage, brother. Keep stepping, you feel me?
Hey, man, I'm going to tell you. And when I said everything I said, I'm not saying that to down nobody, no hatred, no bigotry. But I'm telling you, if you think your life is bad, I can promise you there's somebody's story who's worse than yours.
Always.
You have to say hello, I love you. That's better than all that. Man, I can hate. But here's the thing. Here's the end of the day. That's still my brother, and that's still my son's mother. Now, the way I deal with them is different.
It's a whole nother ball game, yeah.
But I was going to be spiteful. But, man, that ain't what God want me to do. And you know something? I'm going to keep driving forward. I found out, too, just on a little something. You remember when I told you I don't vote Democrat, right?
Yeah.
He goes up for parole in 2027, but his sentence to 2036. And he's been locked up since 2003. I would never vote Democrat. No offense, Kelly, but nah, I'm good.
All right.
Yeah.
So I
You
don't
ain't
know nothing
offended
about
me
all
because
that. I
you
don't
ain't,
know nothing
you
about
ain't
all that, but I want to touch on that video.
Go ahead,
I want to
Charmaine.
touch. I want to touch on that video a little bit. We getting choppiness on the video, so we kind of got the tail end of it, where he was just, like this is about community, and he was talking about, being a single mother is hard and this and that, and you just heard Lamont sit up here and say, he stepped up, he can take care of it, and I got the unpopular opinion because I am a single mother. My daughter's father went to prison. And so I had to let him do 10 flat in prison and do it by myself. And so when he got out, he done what he could, but I'm a single woman, but I'm not gonna say I'm a single mother because a lot of us single women, just if your baby daddy paying child support, if he's picking them up on the weekends, if you can use those resources of his family, you're a single woman, but you're not a single mother because you got those resources there that you're utilizing and you can make the best of it. I lost a good friend because she had kids before me. And she was like, well, I was there real tight with the first baby. I was there real tight with the second baby. Now, around the time the third baby came, I had to go to college, right? And I'm in school and I'm doing different things. And I have to go back and say, maybe I did fail her with not saying, come on, you got to do this. But sometimes you just got to disappear and do what you got to do. My daughter been on the torque with me. My daughter been in cars, it's all a part of life. And people say raising kids is hard, but kids are resilient. They love unconditionally. They do not judge. So as long as you doing your best, having that kid, everybody got situations. Life have situations, and that's where they learn from how you got through this, how you got through that. But the kid is not gonna ever fault you. You can see somebody do their kid bad, their kid still love them unconditionally.
Right.
So I want to just let people. I don't understand how people say having a kid is hard, but then having a kid is the greatest blessing of your life. How you gonna have it? So
Different
somebody
strokes for
mentioned
different
that to me. I
folks.
know it's
There's just
hard
some
being a single
folks.
mother. I said, nah, baby, it wasn't hard being a single mother. It's hard dealing with people trying to deal with me as a single mother. Like that's my affliction.
Okay.
But to me, it
but
wasn't no affliction. It didn't hold me back.
but I mean, to get back off the mind what he said though, adversity builds character.
True.
When you go
Right,
something, your
exactly.
character is going to go through the roof. And another thing, piggyback, we said Democrat, Republican. Hey man, it's the same plane, different wing.
I know
So
it, bro.
it's
I'm
no,
just
I
having
know
this
you're gonna play with
conversation with
me.
you, Kels.
I know how we do. No, because I am Savage City Council. I'll go give you my information when you need it. But anyway, let's get back to the topic. Get back what Doc was saying earlier. Children can be having parallel experiences. When I said they're not living in reality and actually doing something, like they can run the gamut together. So, like when we was coming up, I tell you, we was just as bad. Master P was out, No Limit Soldier. When his music was just as crazy as Lil Durk and everybody else.
Body, yeah.
You don't want to go to war with a soldier, No Limit Truth. I thought I told you.
Yeah.
Boom, boom,
So
boom,
Man,
he was that
man.
motivation in our life to get us
So
through
what I'm
what we
saying is
run
that,
into with these
I
folks.
mean, Ice Cream Man, I'm talking
Oh,
about
boy.
Gangster Captain, who I be, your neighborhood drug dealer. I mean, so we can't be looking down at anything as far as what was before and what's happening now. The only difference was we had somebody that said, this is what it's going to be, set boundaries. I give you a prime example. I don't know how everybody else's house was. I grew up two-parent home, mom and dad. If you can't be in this house at this time, and I was grown, 18, 19, don't bring your butt in here. Don't bring your butt in here.
Yeah, you got rules.
Don't bring your butt in here. Now, I'm going to tell you how crazy and monkey I was, and I would go to sleep on the porch. Because I knew that I couldn't be inside. If I didn't have nobody, if I had nowhere else to go, I'm going to prove my point. I'm not going to touch that door.
Yeah.
I will go sleep outside.
Yeah, I'm gonna show you.
Morning. Look, that's me. I'm gonna show you. But who am I really showing? What am I really showing? I'm not showing anybody anything.
It got you thinking outside of the box, and what you learned from that was there's consequences. See,
for sure.
This gentle parenting thing, a lot of kids ain't got consequences. So
but when you say that,
consequences, we're quick to scoop them up out of them. Sometimes they gotta sit in that heat and be like, "Oh, this is what happens." That's how they remember not to do that.
Well, it's like my daughter. She had lost her key a couple of times, right? And I told her the most important things you gotta have. Three most important things you gotta have when you go to school: have your key, have your cell phone, and have your tablet for school. And she was on my daughter's time on her thing. But then I'm sorry about that.
He's breaking up. Well, he's breaking up. But Charmaine, I'll go back to what you were saying, Charmaine, because I do agree with you were saying about that. Like when you say you was a single woman, not a single mother, and I say that for either side. You know what I'm saying? It's a so big stigma if just because by law, they said if you're not married with that child's, father or mother, you're a single parent. You know what I'm saying? But how I see it, if the other parent is doing what it's supposed to do in that child's life, active in that child's life, you're a single mother. I mean, you're a single woman, you're a single male. You're not a single father, you're not a single mother. And I do agree with that right there.
Well, I have something to say about that. I felt like I was a single mother, and I was a single mother because my husband actually passed away when my children were 3 and 5. So there was no one else. It was me and me only.
And that's the difference.
I had to provide everything.
But that situation is not the same.
That's totally
it wasn't alive.
It was. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
What's up, brother?
I was a single mother. It was me and me only. I had to raise
my
children.
No, we gonna give you them stripes. Hell no, we give you them stripes. You earned them stripes.
You gotta grieve when you're grieving with your child and you're trying to rebuild your life with your child. They see you go through that, and they didn't blame mommy. They knew mommy was doing the best she can. So sometimes things that are beyond our control, but we can't put that as a stigma to us.
Right.
Because the world went haywire. Don't blame me because the world went haywire. My daughter's father did 10 years in prison, but I still don't consider myself a single mother because from prison, she understood. Daddy didn't just leave me. He didn't miss a birthday. He didn't miss my birthday. He didn't miss my mama's birthday. He's sending presents from prison.
Right.
Where she didn't feel mentally that she was out here with nobody to care about her.
Exactly. But like he said, different strokes for different folks. Everybody's situation is different.
For sure.
Because there was his family wasn't helping me. It was me and me only. I can honestly say that one of the uncles, one of his brothers, shall I say, helped with one of my daughters when she was ready to go to Job Corps. Actually, he's helped twice. Once when my daughter went to Job Corps, and then he helped out again when my daughter was getting out of school. My other daughter was getting out of school. But we talking about from age 3 to 5. 3 to 5. I can count 2 times. You know what I mean? And it was other brothers. He had 3 brothers and a sister. And the sister, I can honestly say the sister, whenever my kids would call her, which wasn't often, she would do the best she could to help out. And still today, if they call her, she would help out. But those other 2 brothers, they might as well not even be an uncle. It's like they're non-existent. And it's crazy that my husband got killed. And it's like,
yeah, I understand,
crazy.
I got family that didn't get killed that we still don't see. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
People be people and sometimes. So
you just gotta move on. You gotta keep moving.
Or let it
go.
Sometimes
you gotta
letting it go is easier than trying to force something that don't fit.
Exactly. And to give y'all an example of how long I've been dealing with this, he died almost 21 years ago.
Yeah, but I bet you're proud of your girls, right?
Absolutely. I love my girls. I'm proud of my girls. But here's the thing that people fail to realize. No matter what type of example you show, no matter what you do, even as a single mother, sometimes it's never enough. No matter what kind of respect I put into them, the yes ma'am, no ma'am, this and that. When they get out in that street, they do what they do. They do what they choose to do. They hang around different people and they do all kinds of crazy stuff that they shouldn't do. And I'm talking about not just my children, just children in general.
Children in general. I was about to say it's not a reflection.
No. I'm not talking about just me because people. I'm talking about people in general. Right. No matter what foundation we give to our children, they're going to go out in that street and they're going to find their own way. And people need to stand up. They have to learn. And then even though both of my children have the same mother, same father, they are two very different people. They're like night and day.
Yeah.
You got one with 2 kids, you got one with no kids. You got one that both of them went to school, but you got one that went to college, you got one that she went to Job Corps, did her thing, and I'm proud of them for doing the different things they did the way they did it. But at the end of the day, when it comes time to being the type of women I wanted them to be, I felt like, I don't know, it was like me as an example. I thought they would have done better because of what they seen me go through, because I done put myself through college 3 times. I've always had to get out here and get it. And I mean, they watched me do this. And so I wondered, like, why do y'all not have more motivation or more get up and go about you? Because one thing I'm not going to do is sit by the wayside and wait for something to come to me. Right. I'll sell a well of water before I starve. And that's the truth.
And what I've seen, I've seen through me doing my travel, just living period. A lot of times the negative outside of the home has more influence on the children than you do.
Yeah, because they will listen to the people in the streets before they listen to you. And I don't
because it's more appealing to them.
Yeah, and somebody used this word earlier, man, fear. Right?
Yeah.
Streets will hold you accountable, man. Streets will make you represent them, right? If you don't know how to really carry yourself, you don't know how to really deal with conflict, right, or altercations, right? If you don't really know how to deal with those things, the street will put you and encourage you, right, to be things that you just not really.
But you're not.
Yeah.
Well, let's look at it like this.
I'm like, what? You don't be coming home tatted up like this. Like, are you in a gang? Like, where did that come from? And it's just what she found.
Street accountability.
I'm just glad that I had the mind frame and the even though I had a rough upbringing sometimes, whatever would come to family members, but I had the mind frame to not be pressured into that type of world.
Well, that's like this, JD. We always hear about the village,
right?
The villages need to raise children or raise the community. What happens when the village is not receptive? That's what's happening right now, because now we always talk about, well, we need men to do this and we need men to do that. Men are not being respected, are not taken in for what they're even saying, and we're talking about like strong figures. I'm talking about here in Louisville. I know for a fact. I'm in these rooms, and I'll listen to them talking. I'll leave the room because I'm saying, if it's not about someone got their hand out for some money, or it's either financial gain or just general clout, or you see me.
Yeah,
it's not about help. For these babies. Exactly. And it's all type of program and money. And this is where we live right now. But it's like a select few that's got that faucet and they got their cup that's sitting there. And they are making it bad for all of us that really want to do something. Like everybody that's sitting here right now, I wholeheartedly believe that your minds are genuine, that want to do something. That a mindset that we are tired of seeing what we're seeing. Now, what do we do next?
True.
That's
true.
And when you see these babies, man, like 10, 11 years old, that's not old neighborhood, Sean, man. That's our old neighborhood where that little boy that got killed on 38th Street. That's right around the corner where we grew up at. Why are you outside at 2 o'clock in the morning at 10 and 13 years old? There's no reason for you even to be outside, let alone get killed.
And then the question is, well, where's the accountability of the parents?
There's no reason for you to be outside, let alone get killed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
Yeah. So I got one more video. And when I seen this video, at first I didn't think it would go with the topic, but after I sat there and listened to it, it came pretty clear. Especially with the young kids, that they so sensitive and want to kill everybody.
Sensitive.
Why are you? I put my first brother in jail in 1994. He didn't mind going to jail. He would say, Judge, why are you bothering me? I can go to jail. Just go ahead and do it. I don't want to deal with your probation conditions and your anger management, and I'm not going to talk to the guy that I hit and resolve it so I cannot go to jail. I'll just do the year. We used to pick cotton. Now we are the cotton. We are the product in the system, in the paid prisons that they make money off of. And they count on you guys not being able to handle your emotions. So you go. Not over millions of dollars. Not over the health and welfare of your wife and children. Some words.
That's powerful. That's powerful.
I love Judge Lynn.
Over some words. That's powerful. Over some words. That's powerful.
Pride comes before the fall.
Absolutely. That's true.
If you can't get corrected, if you can't use common sense in like a situation where you see where you're at fault, you always gonna get the better end of the stick because you're no longer teachable. Like she said, you can make yourself better. We can get around this situation, but your pride is gonna let you take the year because you don't want to learn nothing. You don't want to listen. You know,
because common sense is not always so
get through to each other. Yeah, once we stop being able to get through to each other, that's how we lose people. Because we get tired of yelling back and forth. You say, "Go on, do what you gonna do," then that's where we lost them.
That part right there. Hey, this was a deep conversation. I know this is gonna be triggering, so I know I'm gonna be getting some inboxes. You know what I'm saying. But what I'm gonna start doing, the people who be inboxing me, asking me, or saying that I'm a post your name and your comment. So y'all need to start commenting in the comment section, and definitely share, comment, and subscribe to the page, and let us know what y'all want us to talk about. Anyone else got anything else before we wrap out of here?
Only thing I want to say is just stop.
Thank you for letting me sit in. Good seeing y'all.
I enjoyed it. Thank you for letting me sit in.
Yes,
Most definitely. Anytime.
Bless you. Hear something, Black? Were you saying something?
I was just saying to the people out there, let's try to come together and stop the violence. Let's love on each other instead of turning each other down and killing each other, because we already.
It's enough against us for us to be against each other.
Well, I would say this, man. I'd say this, man. For your goal for the week, man. Tell 3 people you love.
Yeah, that's right.
3 people. Tell 3 people you love.
Yeah,
that part.
3 people.
That's right. Well, I'm 4 with 5. I love y'all. That's 5.
Tell 3 people you love.
3 people ain't gonna make me go out and tell 3 more people.
Man, and tell 3 more people. And tell 3 more people. Tell them you love.
We back here every Monday. We back being live on the show. So this is what we're gonna do every Monday, 8:00 p.m. Eastern time. Sure, like to cook. Out of here.
Peace.